Hey guys, welcome back. John Megacycle here, another episode of Command & Conquer General 0 Hour. Today, I got a pretty interesting challenge, and this is called the Single Dozer Challenge. Now, with this one, I didn't get a whole lot of specifics, really. This is, as exactly as it sounds, Single Dozer Challenge. I can only build one dozer. With the United States and China, that's kind of the only way this works. As a GLA, they get what are called workers. They get workers out of their supply depot and their command center can produce workers. So there's more than one spot where they can produce people to produce structures. For the United States and China, this adds a completely different aspect, considering one worker, that's it. So really what this kind of brings us to how do we want to play this one when it comes to building structures. We're going to have to rely a lot more on units because we won't be able to rely on structure defense because our dozer is going to be working on our strategy center, on our supply drops if we go to the United States, or our internet center for China and the propaganda center. So there's a lot of things that we have to think about. So even though we are going to, we could play as something with a really heavy defensive, like the infantry general with the bunker, or the United States super weapon general with the EMP towers. We got to really think this one through. The laser general also has the laser Patriot sights. So let's see here. I think we'll go Chinese tank. It's been a while since I played as China, so this is going to be fun. Exactly as I said, we're going to rely more heavily on our units, less heavily on our base defenses. We're just going to go up against a random. This is a 2 versus 2 map, one of my favorite, Tournament Island, I think it's called, or is it just Tournament B? No, Tournament B. Very simple, 2 spots here, and then 2 spots here in the northeast. Some extra structures, civilian for capture. We're going to move pretty darn quick. We're going to get a war factory up as quickly as we can, and there's also quite a few civilian structures, so we're going to want to occupy those as well. I think that's all I got to say. Here we go. The one thing that drives me nuts about General Kwai is definitely no artillery. That's actually a problem, so we're just going to do our radar. No more dozers. We are going to do the Battlemaster upgrade. En masse, very early in the game, very good start. The silence is kind of killing me. I'm really used to just hammering out a bunch of units and stuff. We're going to go barracks immediately, considering we do need base defense. And there's, like I said, a lot of civilian structures here. We can easily get starting to man up a bit here. And I have no idea who we're up against.
Build orders complete, sir. Unable to
What's that? Actually, instead of that, we're going to go capture. Then we're going to send some of these guys up there. Okay, there's that. We're going to take these red guards and we're going to try to get the civilian structures immediately. The ones in the northwest and southeast, as I mentioned before.
It will look real nice when it's done.
So just to give you an idea, there they are. 2 oil derricks there and there. That's going to be a really good start to our economy. And then what we'll do is we'll take our dozer back to the south because there's a supply stash here. Oh, actually, since I'm not playing with someone else, there's one there too.
Construction, we will live in prosperity.
We'll move back. I'm also indecisive. One dozer does not give me a whole lot of time to mess around.
Defenders of peace.
I build for China.
And then the RPG troopers, we're just going to put like 1 or 2 in the surrounding buildings. That's going to give us a nice little starting blanket here.
Plans.
We'll tear through their I like the big targets.
Let's build.
We'll tear through their armor.
A very good plan, General.
Now, there are some stipulations to this. The normal way, I guess, to play it, as mentioned, is if I lose the dozer, I do have the capability to rebuild it. I can only just have one at a time. Perfect. No enemy around. Can easily capture that. That's a lot of good cashy money really early on. We are going to build a small mini base here, another barracks, a bunker. We want to make sure all our assets aren't in one pile.
Let's pick up some goods.
We're going to take a couple of hits early on. Oh, enemy detected. Get him. Hopefully we got the first few bullets off, so we'll win. Oh, this is going to be close.
China
Perfect.
shall use this building.
Now, hopefully,
Moving now,
we can
sir.
occupy and garrison this structure here.
The People's Army.
Let's do
Hold up
this.
in that
You
building.
there, you there.
The People's Army. Hold up in that
Hopefully we
building.
can get in the garrison structure, as I was saying, and that way we can block off and kill the other guys.
Real nice when it's
Sitting on a
done.
bunch of cash. Battle Masters like nuts. Oh,
Serving China's needs.
Construction built to spec. I build for China.
Unit
China
lost.
will grow larger.
Right here. Battlemaster tank reporting.
oh, here they come. Also, the Chinese tank general. Awesome.
Construction built to spec.
I'm carrying the Where is the battle? Yes, General. Battlemaster tank reporting.
Oh, are they attacking my tanks directly? Yes, they are.
Order confirmed.
It's very important to learn how the AI operates. If you can do something like this, like kind of a bait and switch like that, that works out great. And they're coming through this way, of course. That'll clean that up, no problem.
Battlemaster tank reporting. Where is the battle?
Just gonna crank out as many battle masters as we possibly can. Ooh, spicy. Can we get it?
Unit lost.
Not quite. Oh man.
Congratulations,
Battlemaster
General.
tank.
You have been promoted.
Needs us there.
We need that dozer alive.
We will live in prosperity.
Unit lost.
Oh, I just lost him.
We will defend this territory. China's rocket soldier.
You know what? In the spirit of the game, we're not gonna build another one.
Where is the battle? Carrying out orders.
This is all the tech I get. Let's see it. Oh man. Friggin' frickers, this is gonna be tough. We're gonna give this a go. We're gonna give this a try. Time to mass produce like crazy.
Right here. Yes, General. Fighting for the Red
And
Army.
actually, we should see if we can start
Moving
counterattacking. So if they're gonna
Yes,
come
General.
through the middle, we should come through the
Moving to
south.
new area. Serving
Hey,
China's
everybody,
army. Yes,
come on, let's
General.
go.
I'm carrying China's big division. Enemy tanks out there? Yes, General. Where is the battle? Tear through their armor. Attack! Fighting for the Red Army. Right here.
Congratulations.
Want to gang up on them with as many numbers as quickly as we can like that. That works out great. Right, 2, we're going to go mines and artillery. Mines right there, thank you very much. Artillery, let's see, their base is here. It's a bunch of units there.
We will prevail. Right here. We are invincible.
Man, you know, it'd be great right now, like the horde bonus, or other vehicles, like the Overlord tank.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
Okay, here's the deal. Operation Pain in the Ass. That's how we're going to play it.
Unit lost.
Fighting for the Red Army.
We're going to get infantry, we're going to occupy civilian structures, we're really just going to hunker in as hard as we can.
Fighting for the Red Army.
Our army's performing much better considering we have 4 or 5 tanks targeting them at the same
Unit
time.
lost.
Like this. We have 3 tanks shooting at once, they just have 1. They're not even concentrating on the same unit. We're doing a little extra micromanagement.
Destroy China's enemies.
Congratulations.
Brilliant. Are we
You
rank
have
5
been
already?
promoted.
Holy buckets, yes.
Right here. Battlemaster tank reporting. I'm carrying.
Okay, I see you guys sneaking around.
Yes, General. China's tank division.
It's the whole point of filling up the civilian structures.
China's rocket
Same thing
soldier.
here.
Moving rocket
3 in
launcher.
there.
I like the big China's
Unit
rocket soldier.
lost.
4 in there.
Attack! We are invincible. Where is the battle?
Man, I ranked up really freaking quick.
Battlemaster tank reporting.
So here's the deal. Like I said, now we realize we're at the technological disadvantage.
lost.
We're not going to build another dozer. We can't even add more war factories. I mean, this is it. This is our mainline production here. We're going to have to use a lot of extra tactics to make sure we outwit and outdo our enemy.
Unit lost.
Nope, get in. Unit lost. Oh, they got the civilian
Fighting for
structure.
the Red Army.
Good for them. They won't again.
Where is the battle?
Okay, that has to be producing non-stop. This also non-stop.
Enemy tanks out there.
Hackers would be just amazing right now.
Let's find the tanks. We'll tear through their armor. Battlemaster tank reporting. China's tank division. We'll tear through their armor.
So how this is really going to work is we're going to find a point where they attack with a lot of hardware, just a ton of stuff.
Yes, General.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to counterattack as hard as we can, hoping that we keep them off their guard. If that makes sense. It really has to be like a push-pull kind of a thing. Man, I really wish I could repair those civvy structures. That's going to be such a pain.
China needs us there. We'll tear through their armor. China's needs. Battlemaster tank reporting. We'll tear through their armor.
Okay, now what we're going to do,
We'll tear through their armor.
we're going to start building a force to capture those civilian structures from the south.
China's tank division armor. On the hunt.
Make sure everything is full of. That.
China's rocket soldier carrying the big gun.
That.
We'll tear through their armor.
I'm very thankful we were able to get that second supply stash taken on the right, or that would this would be impossible.
We'll tear through their armor. I'm carrying the big gun.
Yeah, these tanks don't stand a chance with all this rocket infantry. Oh, get them. Oof. That
Unit
dragon
lost.
tank is scary, because that could totally screw up my strategy. So we're going to have to be really careful making sure we fill up these structures as much as we can.
Where is the battle?
Man, I wish I was the GLA. This would be so much easier economically. Okay, this is our attack force. We're just going to take these infantry, we're going to go capture up those civilian structures. I know that the AI rarely guards and protects their civilian structures, so this is going to be an easy pickings for us.
On the hunt.
Gosh, I really wish I could put an infinity Q button on this thing.
China's tank division.
Certain games allow you to infinitely Q with like 2 button clicks.
Enemy tanks out there? Yes, General. We'll tear through their armor. I'm carrying the big gun. China's rocket soldier. China's tank division. Their armor. We'll tear through their armor.
Unit lost.
We'll tear through their armor.
One of our buildings is being captured.
Yeah, no it's not.
Enemy tanks
That's
out
exactly why we put those infantry in those structures. All you need is like 1 or 2 guys, 1 or 2 red guards. That's all you really need.
there. Tank under here.
And then we're going to do the same thing with this.
I'm carrying the big gun. The big
There and there.
Defenders of peace.
Good. Not the heaviest defense ever, but certainly enough to keep it structured and keep it ours. Then what we'll do is we'll chuck that there just for gimmies. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
I'm carrying the big gun. Yes, General.
Yeah, we need to get moving. More rockets. Now, pretty soon here, instead of actually filling the structures, we'll actually be attacking with these rocket infantry. Actually, now that I'm mentioning what we want to defend, let's go ahead and get a couple of these rocket infantry. I know they're called RPG troopers, I'm just going to keep calling them rocket infantry. Good.
Defenders of peace. Battlemaster tank reporting. Right here.
China maximizing its control, flexing its economic dominance. Perfect. Works great. The AI is too stupid to really attack with a full coordinated force, so they're just going to keep needling like that until they try something like that.
Right here.
Didn't stand a chance. Complete waste of armor.
Move order confirmed. China's tank division.
Unit lost.
Right here. Battlemaster tank
Yeah.
reporting. We'll tear through their armor. China's tank division. We'll tear through their armor. Tank under here. Where is the battle? Right here. Move order confirmed. We'll tear through their armor.
Woohoo.
Unit lost.
Fighting for
Missed
the
my
Red
tank
Army.
battalion. That could have been really bad. Unless they were just aiming at the civilian structure. That would have been funny. Okay. I don't see what they're doing, and that's kind of a problem. But if we can clean out a bunch of these units, that's going to make my job a million times easier. Yep. Here you go. Perfect case. Single infantry unit going to go in for the attack. Not going to get very far.
China's rocket soldier. Battlemaster tank fighting for the Red Army. China's tank division. We'll tear through their China's
Man, a
Unit
propaganda
lost.
center, a nuclear weapon facility, so many critical upgrades I could have picked up. But that's okay. We're playing it the hardest way possible.
Fighting for the Red Army. China's tank division.
I mean, I guess the hardest way possibly, multiple AI, but this is good enough. I'm good. So we're going to EMP, concentrating on units. We just want to paralyze the units so that way we can see if we can get far enough into their actual base. Have a good amount of battle masters, but we need tons more. Overlords would have made this so much easier. Let's get you guys in garrison. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. Plenty of good structures to occupy. Let's ramp up our production real quick before we go into battle.
Unit lost.
We will prevail. Battlemaster tank reporting. Moving to new area.
We're just going to slide right back, knock out their production. And looks like Gatling tanks are going to greet us. No problem. Not the best armor. Not a great attack against our tanks. Perfect. Now, we should have done also is we should have brought a bunch of infantry. We could have started garrisoning these structures. That would have been brilliant. But I kind of really wanted to get the push on with something faster because I knew they were going to build a nuke right over there. That's the next thing we're going for. Considering there's no possible way we can build a nuke, we have to get that out of here. Actually, they're underpowered. This actually provides a few good opportunities. Now we just have to work on their power plants. Perfect. Now, as long as we keep them offline, their Gatling towers won't function, and we might have this already in the bag. Go, 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 go. We have a second. More troops. 2nd Battalion en route. That's the point.
Unit lost.
Can't lose sight of what's going on with our primary force. But if this primary force doesn't do it, we need to push with something else. That's why I kept producing. Now we can attack their front with their Gatling towers offline. But since I see bunkers here, we're going to go around.
Unit lost.
I highly doubt they have much defending that back end. This was absolutely fascinating to do also a China tank general. Landmines, we're going to put it where we find the path of least resistance, or where they've been coming from anyhow.
Unit lost.
You know what also would have been great? The nationalism horde bonus. With this many frickin' battle masters, this would have been unstoppable. And it actually has been. It's been paying off real nice. Take out the tanks, take out their production. I know we can knock out their war factories way faster than the command centers. That's why we're concentrating on that. Move up, keep moving. Keep moving. Every second we're building tanks and they are not, gives us a nice advantage. Dozer. They must have dropped some battle masters there. We have a few seconds. Let's garrison up some structures.
Unit lost.
Crank up our production. Move in with the back. Yep, exactly like I said. Little to no defense in the rear. This is going to be an excellent supplement. We're just going to put this battalion on guard right there and just do cleanup while our primary keeps pushing forward. Die, thank you. Leaving that nuclear missile online was perfect. We got in here fast enough. A couple of power plants kept them offline. Look at that. Still totally offline. Okay, whatever. It's an infantry. Just keep going. Yep. That was the danger. That was the danger of getting too close to those civilian structures, is now they're also garrisoning them. I'm going to take a wild stab and say they've got some stuff back there as well. We want to paralyze their economy completely. Take out the internet center. Another battalion of tanks. Get moving. Control group 3. Go, go.
Unit lost.
You guys out in the open does me little to no good. Yep. Exactly what I thought. Run them over. Big, mighty Chinese tanks. What are you shooting at them for? Munch. Munch. And now they have little to no economy. And we're just going to leave that alone. Those are sapping out their electricity, so we want those still online. Technically online. We want them alive. And that barracks, I think, is going to finish it.
Unit lost.
I'm going to lose those tanks. Nope, get away from the civilian structures.
Fighting for the Red Army. We will defend this territory. Battlemaster tank reporting. We will
Just going to leave you guys right there.
Move order confirmed. Battlemaster tank reporting.
And they sold out. Bam. That worked out great.
We are victorious.
I'm really surprised we were able to pull that all off with how little of a tech tree we had. All I really built were battle masters. I didn't have a propaganda center. I didn't have an internet center. I built, what, one bunker? I built no Gatling towers. That worked out perfect. That strategy's really what did it. Because we only had one dozer, we had to emphasize unit defense and unit offense. Don't waste a whole lot of time hunkering down in that situation. You're going to waste a ton of money and a ton of time. But this worked out good for us playing as the Chinese tank general. Let's go ahead and quick walk through the stats. 186 created, 79 lost. 186 created, I think it said, well, whatever. Units destroyed 226, pretty good. What's that, 3 kills per 1 loss, just about? That worked out real nice. Buildings constructed, 8. Yeah, we really didn't do a whole lot. The only thing I really would have wished I had was maybe a second war factory and maybe a propaganda center. That would have been nice, but that paid off anyhow. We lost that one bunker early on. Yeah, this definitely paid off. Even though we expanded pretty heavily in economy, we got less of a production because we also didn't have hackers. So that's, you know, one thing to keep in mind there. But that worked out great. Solid economic control, good unit production. That's what did it for us. Thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next time.